You owe people that duty of care. Don't come and form what you are not. If you're a perfume hobbyist like me, hi. So if there was no social media, no Instagram following, no YouTube or anything like that, would they still be involved in perfume? It's either you're trained in it or you're not trained in it. And I can tell you for free that a lot of fragrance manufacturers or perfumers don't even have a large following on social media at all. My own is, does perfume smell good? Do I like the packaging? Is it within my budget? I don't really know if I'll call myself a perfume professional.
My people, welcome back to my channel. I make videos to help you smell good, look good, and feel good. It's Miss Prissy, baby.
Please subscribe, I'm hungry.
Hey sister girl, welcome back to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and become part of the family. In today's video, it is another debate video. I will be talking about perfume professional versus perfume hobbyist. You could also say perfume expert versus a perfume enthusiast. If you want to know what the difference is and what my thought is about all of this, without further ado, let's get right into the video. As usual, I always start off these videos with some definitions. Professional is somebody, or an expert is somebody who is trained in a particular field or topic and who has been doing it for some time. This is somebody who is either trained, certified, or has been doing something long enough to say that they've got the expertise in it. Whereas a hobbyist is somebody who spends time doing something for relaxation, enjoyment, or just something to get some pleasure out of. Taking those definitions into the context of perfumery, a perfume professional is somebody who has been trained or certified in the world of fragrance, whereas a perfume hobbyist is somebody who delves into the world of fragrance as a means of pleasure or enjoyment. The next question then might be, would I say that a fragrance reviewer is a perfume or a fragrance professional? And as we get more into the video, I'll be able to answer that question. Just to give a bit of context, if we looked at the world of football, you've got the football players who are professionals, and then you've got the pundits who are observers and people who sort of give their views or opinions of football. The footballer is, I would say, is more of the football professional or pro, whilst the pundit is somebody who kind of just likes to talk about it, enjoys watching the game of football and analyzing it. Could also compare it almost to the world of food, where you talk about a chef versus a gourmet. A chef is somebody who is trained, you know, to cook and all of that, and has got all of that expertise, has probably gone to school for it, whereas a gourmet is somebody who eats food and, you know, sort of criticizes or gives their opinion of food. Or you could also look at it as somebody, or from the perspective of somebody who actually makes wine, and somebody who is a wine connoisseur, or an artist and an art connoisseur. There's a massive difference between the people who actually involved in manufacturing, making perfumes, and somebody who is like me, who sits down, who loves and enjoys perfumes, and who likes to give her their 1 or 2 cents. I don't really know if I'll call myself a perfume professional. But the next few points I will be giving will let you know very clearly what the difference is, because I've done a bit of research here between a perfume professional and a perfume hobbyist. Now, starting off, number one way to distinguish between a perfume professional and a perfume hobbyist or enthusiast is time. The main difference would be that a perfume professional will spend majority of their time in the world of fragrance. So either they're making it, manufacturing it, which is making it, marketing it. That is their main activity that they spend their time doing, whereas a hobbyist would view it as something that they do in their spare time or in their leisure time. Whilst that is an important distinction point, it is not the only way to distinguish between the two, which brings me to my next point, which is pay. A perfume professional will make majority of their source of income from perfumes, whereas a hobbyist might not necessarily make any money, or even if they're making money, it will be viewed more as a side hustle. They will have their main career or their main profession. Perfume is more of a thing that they do to the side to either make a bit of extra cash or no cash at all. And whilst this is skewed, then you might come back to me and say, well, perfume reviewers on YouTube make money from reviewing perfume, so that automatically makes them perfume professionals. My question to you then would be, if there was no YouTube, if there was no social media, if there was no Instagram, would this person still be making money from perfumes? A lot of people who've built careers or professions do not necessarily need social media to still be involved in those professions. While somebody might have a huge following on social media, if they're not necessarily involved in fragrance, it's not the major activity that occupies their time, or it's not their major source of income, then I will just question if they're a perfume professional. And so if there was no social media, no Instagram following, no YouTube or anything like that, would they still be involved in perfume? I can tell you for free that a lot of fragrance manufacturers or perfumers don't even have a large following on social media at all. Point number 3, the next way to differentiate between a perfume professional and a perfume hobbyist or enthusiast is training, certification. A perfume professional most times would have gone to school or would have been involved in some sort of proper structured training to be able to be an expert in the world of perfumery, whereas a perfume hobbyist doesn't necessarily need to have those sort of certifications, trainings or anything like that. I think that's one of the more major differences, that this one is not a skewed one. It's either you're trained in it or you're not trained in it, and if you're not trained in it, you can't then pick up the title. If you're not a doctor, you can't say you're a doctor because you know medications or you know how many tablets of Tylenol or paracetamol to take at any given time. That doesn't automatically make you a doctor. A doctor is a doctor because they're trained to be a doctor. If you take that same thing into the world of perfumery, a perfume professional most times would have been trained, whether in school or industry training, to be a perfume professional. I'm coming at you guys with all these points. Please go ahead, if you don't agree with any of my points, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. Point number 4 is industry standards. A perfume professional would be trying to keep up with the industry standards and will probably also belong to some sort of professional bodies, whereas a perfume hobbyist it's just dipping into it. They don't need to check what the industry, I don't even know what the industry standards for the level of oil versus alcohol that needs to be put in perfume that will not damage somebody's skin or damage somebody's skin. I don't know any of that information. My own is, does perfume smell good? Do I like the packaging? Is it within my budget? Those are the sort of things I ask because I am a perfume hobbyist. Sure, if I sat down with a perfume professional, the way they will dissect perfume for me, I would just be like, can I stand up and go now? I've had enough. If you sit down with proper perfume professionals, everything will just be going over your head. That is what makes them perfume professionals. They're probably keeping up to industry standards. A perfume hobbyist does not necessarily need to. Point number 5, market-centered versus self-centered. A perfume professional will most likely be market-centered, whilst a perfume hobbyist will be self-centered. What I mean by that is, a perfume professional is trying to appeal to the market. They're always studying what the market wants, what notes are trendy this year, what are the notes that you should put in perfume this year. There's always a difference. It's more market-focused, market-centered. A perfume hobbyist, on the other hand, because it is for your personal enjoyment, it is more self-centered. I am not going to be going to check what is in the market. I'm going to be doing what's good for me, what I like, the perfumes I like. If I don't like you, you're out of my collection. But a perfume professional has got to broaden, have a wide, I don't know, I don't have to almost explain it. Like, they have to broaden their view and the way they view perfumes or view notes. I'm not saying they're not going to have their personal preferences, but they have to be a bit more open-minded because they're catering to a market. They have to always be on point. They have to know what is happening in the market, what's the latest. Like me, for example, it's market-centered for me when it comes to the world of property and construction. But when it comes to perfume, what's my business? Do I like it? If I don't like black opium,
Bruh. What did you say?
if I don't like a perfume, I don't like the perfume. And finally, another difference between a perfume hobbyist and a perfume professional is the way you view it. Because ultimately, I can sit here and tell you all these differences, but it's about the way you also view it. If you view it as work, then it's your profession. If you view it as play or enjoyment, it's not that deep. Welcome to our WhatsApp group of people who are perfume hobbyists, because for me, it is not a do or die affair. It's not everything in this life that I tie to my chest. Like, I can tie my profession to my chest, but not perfume. Not perfume. But there are some people who, this is their bread and butter. This is what they do for a living, and it's work, and so therefore it then becomes that is a profession for them. I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you as to what a perfume professional is versus what a perfume hobbyist is. Now, on a more serious note, there are some people who view themselves as a crossbreed between these two, who would say, well, I am a perfume professional and at the same time I am a perfume hobbyist. That's absolutely fine. And there are some people who wouldn't want to put themselves in either of these boxes as well. That is fine as well. I'm not one to force human beings into a box. I believe that we're really fluid as human beings, so it really does depend how you view yourself. This is just me giving points to help you determine which one you lean more towards. I'm just going to quickly refresh. Number 1 is pay. Number 2 is time. Number 3 is training or education. Number 4 is professional standards. Number 5 is, are you market centered or self-centered? And finally, number 6 is how you view it. Do you view it as work or as play? Regardless of which box you fall under or which box you do not fall under, I just think that there's some ethical ways to go about, you know, whatever you're doing when it comes to whatever you're doing, whether that be perfume, food, anything that you're doing that you review or you talk about with people. It's about encouraging and giving credit to the people who actually spend majority of their time making these things. In the world of fragrances, this will be perfumers, and this is something I'm learning or trying to do or work on this year, the rest of the half of this year. God, I can't believe we're already almost in July, or in July by the time this video goes up. But it's about giving credit to the people who actually spend their time doing these things. Number 2 is, if you want to become a perfume professional, find out what it takes. If you need to do some training, some internship, apprenticeship, whatever it takes, go and train yourself. Finally, I think it's so important to always be transparent with your audience. If you're not a perfume professional, please don't claim to be one. You owe people that duty of care. Don't come and form what you are not. If you're a perfume hobbyist like me, hi, hey, how you doing? What's your latest purchase? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you what a perfume professional is and what a perfume hobbyist is. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, go ahead and do all of that good stuff, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Guys, please like, please share, please subscribe. And until I see you again in my next video, because I look forward to seeing you again in my next video. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, hi, and bye. As a means of pleasure, or somebody who is just a food, you know, kind of food, you also go ahead and do all of next way to different. The next on the topic, still. So the next question might be, the next one, that is what?
2,000 years later.
It's not their major time. They're not putting in their. It's not. It's compare it to the difference between a chef and a gourmet. So some of it, no.